Hello, everyone, and thanks for tuning into The Medium by Design. Now, this message is from one of my favorite and unique comedians, Gary Shandling. And I hope you guys remember who he is. And the reason that I was inspired to write from him is because of Jerry Seinfeld. Remember Jerry's show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee? I noticed, binge watching that on Netflix, I noticed that many of the comedians that he interviewed on those episodes died shortly after, which was really uncanny, and it made me feel like Jerry was really divinely guided to do that show. So this message is very funny and it's very deep. Gary, for those of you that don't know, Gary Shandling was a real thinker. He's a real genius mind, and he was a Buddhist, and he makes reference to that too. So sit back and relax and see what you think of this message. So here's what Gary Shandling had to say to me and to some of you. Well, you certainly are a different bird. How the hell did you learn how to do this? And why? I don't mean to sound demeaning, but man, I don't think anyone would have said, when I grow up, I want to talk to dead people. Just doesn't sound like a common childhood dream. That, just the opening, just the first paragraph. When he said that, I was already hysterical, okay? So his sense of humor was very, very strong when we did this. All kidding aside, this is a fascinating experience for me because up until now, I could scream at someone and they would never hear me. I could dance all over the house and no one would see me. Here, I can just talk in a normal tone and you hear me. Why didn't somebody tell me about this? With all my studies in Buddhism and building a faith over the years, this experience never came up. Well, I guess the joke's on me. The comic relief you could offer, the jokes you could get, if you get all of us comedians in a room, the material would be priceless. I know I could go on, but I'll share some more significant points. First, life was really good to me. Even with my whining Jewish ways, I knew how blessed I was. I knew that every invitation to speak, to create television, to share with the public was a gift. I never took that for granted. My brand of creativity was unique to me and luckily was liked by some folks. It's funny, as I looked back with Jerry that day, I realized I had done a lot and my comedian's life was full of adventure and not only funny moments, but opportunities to showcase what I thought would be funny and lift up someone's spirit. I really did love studying Buddhism also. What a gift to learn so much that most never even ponder. I was a thinker, a deep thinker. Sometimes that got me into trouble with myself, my emotions, but I would only allow myself to go so far. Buddhism gave me a peace and an insight to more than just the life I was living. It gave me truth about how to achieve a level of existence beyond anything I did, said, or created. It helped me step out of the box of the boring, mundane life and into the vast understanding of existence itself and possibly our purpose here. It made great sense to me and helped me live a better life. Today, so many continue to chase something to create a sensation, a feeling, to change the way we feel and perceive ourselves. Unfortunately, this is backwards. We must change the way we feel and perceive ourselves first. Then we can receive, enjoy, accept, and even change everything around us if we choose. Or do nothing. It's all a choice. Now, a little side note, by this time I was bawling, and this is what Gary had to say about that. Oh, don't waste your tears. Again, only a reaction to something perceived, not necessarily true. Contemplate, clear out, shift thinking, focus, then realize there is so much more to what you are experiencing. What you don't know is so much more than what you think you know. I don't know, he was trying to help me with the crying, but I don't think that worked because I've been crying ever since I wrote this one too. You have done very well with your practice. You will continue to expand your understanding well beyond what I knew and understood. You will also, however, change the world in multiple ways and through multiple avenues you haven't even considered yet. How, you ask? Through seemingly surprising circumstances that had nothing to do with how much you did or how hard you worked, simply because you did something in a divine moment, automatically, without thought or planning, that led to another, then another, and there you are doing something that was never planned and yet seems like you were divinely meant to be there, living what feels like your destiny. I had that feeling so many times, and it is sublime. And I got to tell you, I've had that feeling many, many times, and this whole YouTube channel is just a whole different universe for me. And the people that I've talked to, that have emailed me, and the surprise gifts that you give me, it's just it is sublime. I had no idea where I was going, and he is so right. This is good advice for everybody. Keep your practice going. Share what you want, where you want, with whomever you feel can be touched, raised up, healed, even made whole again. You realize all too well how broken people feel. If you can alleviate any of that misperception about oneself, you have helped heal the world. I love that. I love that he said that. This message, too, is before I got the YouTube channel up. So it's just really interesting how timely this was. I find it so intriguing how you don't feel the profoundness of what you do, how you change lives, talk with others, lift people up so easily, and make people laugh at the most absurd, even painful life experiences. If it's true we don't know our own gifts, you really have no clue. Get a clue. Have some more fun with who you are. You can have a much more fun, profound, and bigger life ride. What are you waiting for? God doesn't walk up to the front door. He enters through. Oh. This was so amazing. God doesn't walk up to the front door. He enters through the mind and the heart. Stop waiting. Start moving. You have value. You bring value. You raise life values. You open people to value differently. Great stuff. Enjoy it. You're worth the time. So, that little piece, although he's saying it to me, he's trying to push my buttons and get me going, that's good for many of us, many of you. There's so much we each have to offer in our own world, our own existence with the people around us. So, take that to heart and go back and listen to this again, because that seemingly little paragraph has a lot to it. And he really gets me. Let me tell you. I see a tremendous life-changing future for you with adventures and people you could never have imagined you'd meet. This is what happens when the world wants what you have. You get connected to those who can help you share, create, and reach people. It's a hoot, especially when you look back and wonder, how the hell did that happen? Laugh, love, heal. The world needs us all. Thanks for listening. You've got great Dumbo ears. They pick up everything. This was one of my favorite comedian messages. This one, I guess because he was a deeper person, he really gets me. And I don't always say this in a video, but a lot of these messages with their personal advice to me, it's like they look right through me. It's like they see me, they see something, and they're trying to push me and inspire me. And I think that's why I'm supposed to do these messages on YouTube, because I think we all need to be inspired and to be lifted up sometimes. There are many times I don't know what to do. like I don't really have a clear direction. And the last few years, my life has gotten very small for multiple reasons, and I'll probably do a separate video about that. I should say seemingly small, but the messages continued through all these quiet times, and there was a lot of rest involved, and I really didn't understand. From my late 40s up until now, which is now over 10 years, it's just really interesting how the life needed certain periods and certain chapters and certain phases. And like he says, you just never know where you're going to wind up. And because the last 10 years I've had such a quiet, and there's videos of the house projects, but I don't do that full time. As I said in another video, I don't work full time. I'm just not able. I don't have the drive for many years now to put a lot of hours into things. Everything is kind of in small, spurts kind of thing. So, if this moved you in any way, if you want to put a comment, write a comment. If you're having an experience, start a conversation with people, in the comment section, because I do try to read the comments. Some videos have more comments than others, and some people do write me. My email address is below, so if you want to email me, I forgot to mention this on a few videos, but I'm still doing private writings if you want to request a writing, and I can still do astrology readings, and I still am trying to do groups. Even through this COVID transition, I'm trying to keep going. I haven't done any live online stuff, and I can't give you an answer to why. I just didn't get a yes on that yet. So we'll see how that unfolds. So we've got the like button, we've got the subscribe button, you've got the PayPal button to support me in any way you can. Likes do mean something. So if you like something, please press the like. It does mean something. It does get counted. So that's kind of cool. And if you want to be updated on the next new video, just hit the subscribe and do that part. So I appreciate watching, and there's always more to come on The Medium by Design.